Hello everybody, welcome to another video. In today's video, I'll be going over everything that was mentioned in the 2.3 livestream event. First things first, if you like the video, please subscribe and like. I would really appreciate it. Let's get into it. So for the first thing that was mentioned is the story quest, which should be like the conclusion of Panaconia, and they also showed like a new zone, which is this is the new zone. It isn't much. It doesn't seem like it's like a new big area. It's just a small area. I'm guessing just to conclude. It is just to conclude the Penacony story quest. That's all. The second thing that was mentioned was Firefly. So how Firefly basically works, she's a fire type path of destruction character, and whenever she uses a technique, she leaps through the air, which you can control her. And whenever she lands on top of enemies within a certain range, she gets aggro of the enemies. The set enemies are implanted with their fire type weakness on them. Whenever she uses a skill, whenever she's in her base form, she consumes her own HP to enhance her own attacks. And then whenever her HP is like low enough, basically the more damage she mitigates. Firefly's second form, when she is ulting, where she gets enhanced basic attacks, enhanced skill, increased damage, increased weakness break efficiency, restores HP whenever she attacks anybody, and also her skills give weakness implant to a certain enemies that she attacks. And lastly, whenever she's ulting, she can implant fire weakness whenever she's using her skill on an enemy. The icon on the left of the action meter, which is like shows when the ult is about to end. Whenever it reaches the end, which is at the top, that's when it ends. Now moving on to Jade. Okay, the second character introduced is Jade, who is a quantum type character of erudition. And firstly, whenever she uses her technique, it's like she's marking the enemies around her, and enemies marked cannot attack her or move at all for a certain amount of time. And then whenever she attacks, the damage is distributed to all the enemies marked around the area that was marked initially by her. Let's start with the basic attacks. Whenever Jade does damage to an enemy, she can select an enemy, like one particular enemy, and then also the targets adjacent to the certain selected enemy will take damage from the basic attack. And then with her skill, she can select an ally to enhance their damage boost and also their speed. And whichever enemy or whichever ally she chooses to use the skill on, they will get enhanced attacks, yes, but also they'll lose HP for a certain duration of time of attacking an enemy. So whenever the person that she chooses to use the skill on attacks, they gain enhanced damage boost, but also lose HP for every attack that they do. Also, another thing with her skill, she can use her skill on herself, but she cannot get an enhanced basic attack and lose HP whenever she attacks. Also, another thing with her skill, which whenever Jade or the person she used her skill on attacks, not only do they get enhanced attack or lose HP, but they also give her stacks. And whenever the stacks are fully charged, she launches a follow-up attack. For Jade's ultimate, it's nothing special really, but it is whenever Jade uses her ultimate, she deals damage to all enemies on the field, and also it enhances her the damage of her follow-up attack. That's basically it. And for the 2.3 banners, you can see it's a rerun with Firefly, Shui, Misha, and Gallagher. For the second banner is going to be Jade, Argenti, Asta, Natasha, and Serve. Now moving on from the character updates, we're going over to Simuni, which there was a lot of changes. First of all, they've introduced a new update where you can use whichever character you wanted, with there not being a limit of downloading characters. So also another thing, if ever you have like a level 1 character that you've never used but is needed in a specific task or something else, or a certain stage that you want to but you don't want to invest in it, you can use them, because this new feature allows you to max out that character and also borrow you a light cone and relics to max out that character, so they can be used in the new Simuni. The second thing that they introduced for Simuni seem unique is that you can use 2 paths, so you can like stack a certain amount of paths, like a certain path, like for destruction, for example, for like a certain amount of times. When you stack it to 5, you'll get to proc its benefit, and also whenever you're choosing another path, you need to stack it to a certain amount so you can proc its passive as well. Another like great feature that I think they added was does it show? It doesn't show, but another one is whenever you defeated in simulated uni, you can restart on the enemy that you got defeated on without having to like restart all the way. Also, you can switch characters during that point, so you don't have to alt F4 anymore. That's really good. And moving on to another one, moving on to another feature that they added is where is it? So they added an option to save the record that of the completion of simulated universe. So for example, if you completed the whole thing, then now there's a new character that you need to farm the planet ornaments for. You can just go and skip past like all the trials or the challenges that you usually have to do. You can skip through everything and just go straight to the boss and defeat the boss and get the ornaments that way, which I think is a great feature. I don't know why we didn't have that in the first place, but it's really good. And the introduction of two new ornaments and a new erudition light cone. Another thing they introduced was a new challenge mode called Apocalyptic Shadow. This challenge will be giving away 800 Stellar Jade. This challenge will be giving away 800 Stellar Jade in comparison to 720. I think it's what it usually has. Also, they said this in the live stream that for future events, for Pure Fiction, MOC, and new events that are coming, it'll always be 800 Stellar Jade instead of 720. And speaking of events, the last events that they introduced or like said were coming were where's double ornaments? And for the events that are coming, for the events coming in 2.3 update, which will be like the last things that were mentioned. First of all, there's a new event for 2 times for double planar ornaments and materials, pretty much the usual. And then there's this like origami. There's basically like Candy Crush kind of game mode that's coming, which I'm not sure if it's PvP, but they did mention playing with other people. I'm not sure if it's like the people we hang with in the game or like is it online. We'll have to see about that. And then there's a new event called Stellar Shimmer. Not sure what it is about, but they mentioned that. Also, they introduced a new relic set for Firefly. And lastly, like the usual, we'll be getting 10 pulls for the update. That'll be 10 pulls for the update. Hopefully I got through everything. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.